Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is my international fan reaction. If you're wondering why I'm dressed like this, I'm just going in for a game of five-a-side. Stay to the end and you'll see how I've got on at the end of this game. Thanks to everyone that's contributed to this particular vlog. I think we got pretty much every continent of the world covered, and make sure you send the love and consider subscribing. We'll see you right after this.
Here we are, it's nearly 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, it's not. It's not even quarter to 5. Don't lie. It's ridiculous.
5 in the morning outside the MP in Melbourne. It is how much degrees? It is
not many.
A few degrees.
10 at best.
We'll both get our beanies on. It's freezing cold. There's a couple of people inside. We'll talk later. Cheers. It's 5 a.m. start, and there's 5 of us here. Good morning, Russ. How you going? How are we going to go today?
Oh, we're going to win, of course.
Good stuff.
Man United. Hey, Dave, Wolfman Jeff here, coming at you in Valley Head, Alabama. Now, Alabama, where I'm at in Alabama, I'm right at the corner of Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. In the United States, where that is the region we call the South, or the Deep South. I watched the match today in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I, here on the porch, kind of give you my feelings and thoughts about it. It's one of those things where we played well, and you should feel really good, but we were so close to getting a win that you feel frustrated. And really, I kind of feel silly for being as frustrated because we did play so well, Dave. I do think that Man U played better in the first half. In the second half, though, Dave, when Traore came on, the game changed, and I've seen flashes of his ability, so enough to get us excited, but we'd also seen last year a lot of times when it just kind of just seemed like he was spinning his wheels. Tonight he was on, and to be fair, I think this whole season so far, when we've seen him, he's really gotten it going. So I'm hoping this is the Traore we're going to see for the rest of the year. If that's the case, we're going to see him a lot, and he's going to be helping us a whole bunch. The Jimenez goal that almost was, I think to me that may be the biggest heartbreak, because it was just, that would have just gotten us pushed over. The other thing is the Pogba free kick, and it's a little frustrating to see on the news everyone talk about him missing the kick rather than talking about the great save that Patricio made. But that kind of is what happens when we face one in the top 6. They kind of focus on what they did or didn't do rather than we did a good job. So happy with the boys. I'm happy with the result. I'm happy with the point. You called a draw, by the way. I called a 2-1. You called a 2-2. So I guess we met in the middle with a 1-1. I guess the only thing why I'm frustrated is it's like it felt like, especially in that second half, we could have pushed it over. Pleased with how we played, in particular, Dave, the fact that we faced Manchester United and it wasn't an off day for them. They were running full pistons going. They had, they were ready to roll, and we were able to stop them time and again. So we're going to see how it happens this week. We're moving on to Torino, and I think Burnley coming up. So we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. Come on, you Wolves. Hey, Dave, thanks for this. You have a great day, mate.
All right, guys. We're here, and post-match reaction. We got fellow Wolves fans here, and your name and...
Nev, Manchester United fan, even Steven game. Props to Wolves, props to Man U. Unfortunately, Papa couldn't handle that one. Ball should be going to my man Rashford. He should have blocked that one in. We would have been victorious tonight. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but we'll leave the rest to the Wolves fans.
Okay.
Hello to all the Wolves fans and Dazzling Dave. And we're here in Burlington, Ontario, Canada. And Ricky right beside me. And he's getting married this week. And we watched the match, and then we actually I was pretty positive what Wolves are up to, and then I think they're going to do even better than last season. And let's finish the top 4.
Oh,
Let's go for it.
Let's go.
All the best.
All right, and we got another guy we haven't met here before.
Yes. Well, nice to be on Dazzling Dave. And I think Wolves did really good. I think Neves, that goal was superb. And thank God for VAR for putting a thumbs up for that. And a big shout out to Patricio. I think that save was fantastic. And, Man United had, the game on first half, very good. But Wolves came back second half and they proved a point. So I think the game is fair. 1-1 was a good score. And I think it was fair and square.
Cool.
Well-deserved point. And, well played Man U, but, good to Wolves.
Great.
Well done, boys.
And Mr. Baji, any thoughts of the match?
My department is Rai. I'm from England. I got both wishes of both teams.
Very good. Very good. All right.
Wolves away from Columbus, Ohio. Wolves won, Man U won. Very fitting. Wolves looked lethargic in the first half, but after Traore came on, we looked in the front foot, or at least came back into the game. Bennett looked off a bit. Neves forgot his passing boots, but did have his shooting boots on. Nearly threw my iPad through my TV. Adama looks like a brand new player, kept his head down, and created chances. He's going to have a great year this year if he keeps it up. Credit to Man U, they attacked the ball and barely let us have it. The save by Rui nearly had a heart attack. Onto Torino.
Hi Dave, Lindsay
and Antonia,
all the way from the UK. Just got back from the Wolves Man United game. Happy with the point?
Yeah, good point.
I think definitely a game of two halves. First half, Man United looked like they'd done the homework on us. Definitely dominated the game. Doherty didn't quite seem himself first half, but I think subbing him second half, bringing on Traore definitely made a difference with his pace. Great goal by Neves. Again, definitely. I don't think he was on form, but I think after he scored, he seemed to up his game a bit. Can't forget the penalty. I think it was a soft penalty. I think Pogba made a meal of it, but great save by Patricio. Fair play to him for that. Happy with the point.
Neves' goal was amazing, honestly. But yeah, it was an incredibly good game. I hope everyone who went enjoyed it. And see you soon.
This is Chris from Eidsvoll in Norway. With my verdict of Wolves 1, Man United 1. Let's be honest, that was a terrible first half. It didn't look like us. Primarily, I think, because Man United are better than they were last year for sure. They're fitter, they're better, no question. And they took the game to us. Normally, our wing backs, particularly Doherty, are our main threat, and he was just not in the game at all. Didn't look fit, and we went a goal down. Fortunately, it was only 1 by half time, and then came the game changer. Nuno put on Adama Traore. Now that's significant for 2 reasons for me. One, because even though we were so outplayed first half, I wasn't worried because I trust the team and I trust Nuno to get it right. I think this is the launch of Adama Traore on the Premiership scene and for Wolves, because it really was a game changer. He was outstanding, and we got the equaliser, but it all went through him. He instills so much fear in defenders that they just can't cope with him, and it creates space and situations in other areas of the field. Great save from Patricio for penalty, and there you go. With a world-class keeper like we have, it brings you points. You get what you pay for sometimes, and similarly with Neves' goal, you know what? We've got a class player there. I really don't like the VAR situation with having to wait so long. Look, it's not... Clearly it was onside. It took so long. I think maybe we'll have to put up with it this year. for next year, because we're changing the game to suit the technology, which can't be right. But, you know, we're testing it this year. Let's try and be patient. But no, I don't like it very much. But all in all, I'm happy with 1-1. I'm happy with our start to the season. And I think this results and second half performance will launch us a little bit. And yeah, I feel I can enjoy the season now.
Hello Dave, fellow Wolves fans. Brian from Thailand here, reflecting on last night's game, 1-1 draw against Manchester United. First half, I don't think we was in it. I don't think we was on the ball, and I suspect the statistics reflect that on the possession wise. I know we went in 1-0 down. They cut us open. Their goal was a really worked goal. They cut us open basically, but it could have been worse because Martial had a couple of chances before they scored. Bolly seemed to put him off when he had the chance to head it from about a yard out, and then Ryan Bennett made a rick in passing back, and I don't know what happened to Martial. I don't know whether he was put off by Bolly or Bolly got a leg to it, but anyway, went in 1-0 down. Midfield, Neves, unfortunately, Moutinho, and the two wing-backs weren't on their game. Matt Doherty, by all accounts, he was unwell before the game, and at half-time he felt sickish still and weak, so they replaced him. So we come out in the second half. Traore, was he a game changer? Possibly. But he seemed to frighten the living daylights out of Luke Shaw. We got back into the game, more of a passing game, threatened a couple of times. There was the header from Raul, which hit the woodwork, came out. De Gea didn't even know anything about it, and it just went out. But soon after that, a well-worked goal. It must have been sort of like tried and tested on the training ground in midweek or whenever, because it was a move where, you know, short corner back to Moutinho across and whack. And Neves did what Ruben Neves does, scored a worldie. So really sort of like glad that they got back on level terms, because soon after that, Man United had more of the ball. They got a penalty, brilliant save by Patricio. I know that Pogba was fouled because Connor Cody, you see Connor's reaction. He never complained or whatever, but for the dive, I would have given him an 8.5 going down. But as I say, we got back into the game after getting back on level terms. We could have lost the game. I'm not too sure we could have won the game. So in hindsight, a draw was a fair result. So it's onwards and upwards to Torino and then Burnley next week. Enjoy the trip to Torino, Dave, and I hope everything goes all well. Up the Wolves.
Hey Dave, Zach, sunny San Diego. Got a chance to catch some of the game today during my lunch break. It's the middle of the day game, so you know how that goes. So yeah, it's hard to argue with a 1-1 draw. I mean, Patricio came up huge on that penalty save. I made me so like physically I could not watch it. I had the hardest time watching penalties, but really glad he saved it. Yeah, just awesome to see Adama come out in the second half and really pull it together on the right wing. He looked really energetic, had a lot of great pace. Put a couple good balls in front of the net, so it's really encouraging to see him step up into that role and really embrace it, since Nuno's put him on the right side. I live right next to the airport, so you'll see planes like that sometimes. But yeah, overall, pretty pleased with the 1-1. You know, my man of the match got to be either Patricio for saving that penalty, or Bolly I thought played really well. Adama too. I mean, overall it was a solid team effort, I think. Yeah, just defensively shut down as much as possible, kept the chances to a minimum, and you know, yeah, I think it's a good precedent for the rest of the season for sure. So until next time.
Hi Dave, this is Alan from Fort Myers, Florida. Very proud of Wolves, the way they came back in the second half. It could have gone either way, and I was just hoping and praying it would end up in a draw, which it did. Just a great game to watch in the second half. It was just riveting. Neves came at the right time, came good, but I think it was a fair result in the end. Traore was just magnificent when he came on. I was astounded how different he's become in the last months. You know, he's really improved. So on Wolves, on. Thanks, Dave. Later.
So here we are at the Imperial in Melbourne. It's now 7 o'clock and we've just watched a 1-1 draw. Unbeaten after 2 games, so I'd take that start of the season. I thought we played pretty well, showed a lot of courage. Well done, Wolves.
So good point. Thought we played much better in the second half. It's a bit like sort of the Leicester game really. Didn't get to grips with it completely in the first half. Especially to take against the same about Punic in the week as well. Had a much better second half. Probably need to tighten things up a bit, come out the blocks a bit quicker. My only gripe is VAR. It is going to kill football. You know, delaying spontaneity of celebrating goals. It's just abysmal. I really am struggling to understand how it's going to assist the game. I just blame the Yanks, you know. They've tried to sanitise their sport for a long time and they still can't get it right, so why we've had to go down the same route I'll never know. One would suggest somebody at FIFA has been given some very large brown paper bag by a company that does video technology. Anyway, 2 points, far better off than those from Wigan. Hopefully they'll be down by Christmas.
And how good was that Neves goal?
Yay! Good morning from Melbourne.
So yeah, thanks everyone that's contributed to this match, much appreciated. Like you can see, I'm very red in the face. Just had a really good run out. If you want to get involved in the international reaction, please leave a comment. Make sure you send the love to the guys. They really put the effort in from wherever they are in the world to take these videos for us, to share this on how they're feeling and the support for Wolves around the world. So yeah, and if you're new around here, please consider subscribing. Hit the bell, smash a like, and leave a comment. And yeah, next stop, Turin and Torino. Look out for that.